Welcome back, everybody. In this video, I want to talk all about Counter-Strike 2 and the major issues I have with it, along with others in the community. Long story short, this was a forced overhaul of CSGO in September of 2023, completely replacing the previous game entirely. This was met with mixed reception. Let's start this all off with the largest issue that myself, along with hundreds, maybe even thousands of other players are suffering from. You can find people talking about this all throughout the reviews of the game and all over the discussions. This is dealing with cheaters. If you mainly play Premier or competitive, you are almost guaranteed to come across cheaters every couple games. In my experience, I come across a player or multiple players a game that have aimbots or can apparently see through walls. I've also had cheaters who bunny hop at impossible speeds across the map, which is not possible without proper plugins. The funniest one I've seen is a cheater have a magic AWP. Now, what made this magic though, you may ask? Well, this particular AWP must have had an auto switch, because they were firing this thing like a fully automatic rifle. I come across cheaters about every 1 out of 4 games, sometimes 1 out of 3. This is an issue that's so bad that it completely ruins the fun of the game. This is one of my favorite shooters too, and just seeing this problem makes me want to play something else more deserving of my time. I'd love to make a compilation of the games I've had with cheaters, but at the end of the day, it's pointless. This game should have never gone free to play. You can ban them, but they can easily just make new accounts and do it all over again. You won't find many cheaters in casual, deathmatch, wingman, or even gun game. The 4 game modes that are pretty playable and not being ruined anywhere near as much as Premier or competitive. This cheating situation definitely goes into my next point though. Features that don't work properly. Dealing with cheaters in your match would be a lot better if you were able to surrender. You know, the button that allows your team to vote to surrender? Funny enough, it doesn't really work. Why does it require a player to abandon to use? And once the player does abandon completely, why does it still not work and say a person needs to abandon the match? This is probably the dumbest thing that doesn't work properly. You should be able to surrender at any point of the match, considering it's a voted system. If VAC actually worked, cheaters wouldn't be as big of a problem as they are right now. In my opinion, sometimes I wonder if VAC is even turned on or even in the game to begin with. I could talk about all of the missing stuff. You know, all of the memorable maps from CSGO, which there is only a very small fraction of those actually in CS2. The other game modes that we're still waiting for that weren't ported over into CS2. But these aren't as serious as the cheating issue. I could also bring up the very weird community browser that for some reason opens up in a new window and sometimes doesn't even work when you're trying to find games or trying to connect to games. It's just very weird. I understand it probably takes time to port these maps and game modes over to Source 2, which is understandable. But if this was the case, why would you completely overwrite CSGO if the game is missing so much? Why not wait until it's more ready? Or release it as its own game? Do you guys remember that BR mode that Counter-Strike Global Offensive had? I think it was called Danger Zone. And that was actually a very fun spin on Counter-Strike. That was a pretty fun battle royale. And on top of that, there still aren't even achievements yet, as those were also removed when CS2 came out. At the end of the day, I want this game to be fixed. I want to play this game again and binge it, because competitive is super fun. I'm not sure what Valve is doing, but you can see so many people talking about this in the game's discussions and reviews, like I said at the beginning. Considering the ranking system in this game is a downgrade from CSGO, in my opinion, and feels a bit more pointless to worry about, considering you don't really have a overall competitive rank anymore. It's a rank tied between each map that you play, which I think it doesn't really make sense. I don't like that, but in general, I still love competitive because I love tactical games. I love communicating to win. That's still super fun. And since I am a Prime member, which is a player who bought CSGO before it went free to play, and still came with CS2, I am pretty sure that I should only be playing with other Prime members. But I am not sure if that feature works or not, though, because I come across a lot of people who would be wasting money if they were paid players. And I understand since it's free to play, you could just keep making accounts and do it for free. But, I mean, wasting money to cheat in this game for no reason, it doesn't make sense to me. Let's hope this gets fixed, though. I really want to play CS2 again, because I really do love the game, and I'd love to make videos on it. I had a few ideas on videos. I wanted to do a tier list on my favorite maps, a tier list of my favorite weapons, but at this point, it feels like a waste of time, and I don't want to do it. So I'd rather wait for the game to actually be fixed before I do these things. But it's just unfortunate that in its current state, it has serious issues. I mean, another thing that doesn't. I should have said this earlier, but another thing that sometimes doesn't work is the CS2 workshop. Oh, actually no, not the workshop. The market, trying to buy skins and sell stuff. It's constantly giving errors when you're trying to search stuff up. I guarantee it's because there's a lot of people trying to buy and sell at the same time, but I never once had this issue with CS:GO. And with that, that pretty much wraps up this video. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about CS2. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.